I've moved on from the city of Kyiv to the much smaller city of Poltava. And oh bloody hell, look what we've spotted over here. This would certainly get bold and bankrupt excited. Because just here there's swimming baths with a huge mosaic over the top. Got the two dolphins having a swim there. We've got the Olympic sign over here. Wow, Poltava's off to a good start. Let's see what else we can find. Our first stop is Kapuzny Square, which is just near my hostel, and it's not a square at all, it's a circle. And I guess this is the heart of the city. And just there we've got a huge statue of a golden eagle. At night time, apparently there were vendors and music. I walked through here last night to go to my hostel, and there's a big group of people dancing some very cheesy techno. So I might come back later tonight and see if it's a bit more lively. At the minute it's just a park. Last night I arrived in Poltava, and the first thing I decided to do was to go to a bar and get some food. And this is the bar I came to, an Irish pub called Valba. Staff was very nice, very helpful. There was one there that spoke English and she was very nice. Beer was okay. Food was terrible. I ordered smoking chicken wings, and not only were they not wings, but they were barely smoking. They were freezing cold. They were like ice blocks of iced chicken, straight out of the fridge. They were on the table within seconds. About a minute later, my so-called Irish potatoes arrived. And basically they kind of looked like they were going to be jacket potatoes with cheese and ham and mushrooms, but they tasted like microwave potatoes. Not a great start. This looks good though. Zen coffee. This is what I need. Back on the street again. This appears to be the kind of main street in Poltava. Lots of your typical high street stores on here. Just over here, I think this is it. Yeah. So this is a bar where basically they sell like 5 beers and that's it. 1 beer, 1 cider, no wine or anything like that. And it's supposed to be quite a cool place. It shuts early, it shuts at 10, that's why I didn't go last night, because I only just found out about it. I might check that out tonight. Oh, what's this? These things are very popular on this street. It's the third one I've seen. A coffee phone. So this is the Poltava History Museum, which looks very beautiful from outside, and apparently it's just as beautiful inside, but as you can see it's closed. There's not that many things to do in Poltava, so when you come across one of the things and it's closed, it just, yeah, got some nice chill out time in old Poltava. Clouds look a bit ominous over there. One thing I have noticed about Poltava is a lot of beggars around. I've just been asked for some money by a woman, and outside the markets and when you go on the underpass to the main park, a lot of people with you know, holding out cups and stuff, which is a bit of a surprise. I'd expected to see more of that in Kyiv, and I didn't see that at all in Kyiv. Looks like we've come to another little interesting square. Got a huge church over there. Another one of the coffee farms. Big monument. You see these in every city now. I heart Poltava. This is the Assumption Cathedral. Well, this just over the back. I think they're making a movie. Typically of Ukraine, we've got the street dogs. Not seen many here though. So that's the bell tower. There are stairs going up. I'm not sure whether it's open or not. I'm going to get in because the people were filming. So my next destination, I was expecting to climb a big hill, but it appears I'm already on top of the big hill and it goes down after here. So I'm actually already at the top, so I don't have to do any climbing, which is nice in one sense. But it also means I've got even less to do. Now the people of Ukraine like their dumplings, and in Poltava they have their own version. And they like them so much, they've even got a monument to them. Poltava Galushka. Now apparently they have the texture of bao buns, similar to bao buns, and they're often not filled with anything. They're just covered in a kind of cream sauce, but you can get them filled with meat and duck and all sorts. I've not seen them yet, but I've not been in any restaurants, so apparently they sell them everywhere. This is the Poltava Rotunda, which was erected in 1909 to commemorate the 200-year anniversary of the Battle of Poltava, and it was destroyed in World War II and rebuilt in 1954. From the rotunda you can see across the city, or part of the city, and I've just noticed right over there this thing, which apparently is a monastery, and it's only half an hour walk to get to, though I do have to cross the train tracks, and some people say it's quite a dangerous trek once you get over there, but I'm going to give it a go. Everything else is closed today because it's Monday, so all the museums and things that I want to go and look at are all closed, so that's open 24 hours apparently. It's a half-hour walk, so I don't want to get there and find out it's closed, but there's only one way to find out, I guess. I'm really in the heart of Poltava now. Look at this house with the random spots all over it. Seen better outdoor gyms, to be honest. This is a very strange neighbourhood. There's a lot of houses that look like they've been here years. A lot of them painted in that lime green that was very popular during Soviet times. And then amongst all that you've got these huge brand new houses that are being built. I was a little bit nervous about coming to Ukraine at the start. I don't know why. You know, I guess it's just because I've never been here before, or I don't know. I don't know why some places kind of have that reputation, or when I was in Southeast Asia I was fine going to Thailand and Laos, which I knew nothing about, and Vietnam, but then for some reason I was a little bit anxious about going to Cambodia, and then we got to Cambodia and found it to be absolutely amazing. One of my favourite places on the trip. In fact, every country was one of my favourite places on the trip. But same with Ukraine. I kind of had in my head that it was going to be not as friendly, or you know, you had to kind of keep your wits about you a little bit more than perhaps I did in Poland. But it's not been like that at all. I've been walking around dark streets at night and, you know, wandering through random neighbourhoods with the high-rise blocks, and never had any problem at all. People have been really friendly. Look at that beauty. It's in good condition, that one. Tarmacking of the bus stops brought out all the locals. I don't think they've seen so much excitement. So apparently I took a right turn somewhere along here, and I think this is where the road to the monastery gets a little bit exciting. Right, it looks like it's this one. And there's a woman coming with a huge dog. She has got him on a lead though. Yeah, I have to cross over some train tracks at some point. The monastery's in sight. So as you can see, I made it to the monastery, which is very beautiful. Now Google Maps took me to an entrance which was locked, but I managed to walk around the perimeter and find the main entrance. And I entered, tried to get in the main place of worship, which was locked. So a gardener told me where to go, and but then the security guy approached me, well, shouted me, and then told me that I wasn't allowed to film inside the buildings. I was fine outside, just not inside. And he spoke enough broken English to make that point very clear. He was very friendly. As you can see, it's very beautiful. Inside this church here is stunning. It's all the back end of that church is all carved like leaves and flowers and plants, and yeah, it's very beautiful, very peaceful. I didn't even know about this place. It was only because I walked up to the rotunda and looked at the views across the city, and I saw this on the hill, and it looked further away than it actually is. I was expecting it to be like an hour and a half walk, and it was basically 25 minutes. And yeah, I'd definitely come up here if you're in Poltava. It's definitely worth it. It's a beautiful place, very peaceful, quiet, calm, serene, all the adjectives. The old clock tower here, this is actually locked. I don't think you can get in there. In the early 18th century, the undefeated Swedish army planned to head east to conquer Russia. It was in Poltava where they were finally defeated by the Russian army. A battle that would change the course of power in Eastern Europe for the next 300 years. Now, I had intended to go to the field of the Battle of Poltava. Unfortunately, the night before, I went to a bar called Poltava Beer, which is pretty much a bar for locals, and the evening got quite messy.
Без него хрен бы мы здесь выпили 5 бутылок коньяка.
All together. Are we all in?
Спасибо. Потому что ты вот настоящий friend.
Thank you. He must be boring in Caucasus.
Long talk. Long. Very long. Too long.
Too long talk.
I ended up drinking many bottles of brandy with the owners and the locals, eating pork lard, smooching with babushkas. It was a wonderful night, to be honest. But it did mean that yesterday I was not feeling up to getting on a bus to travel to go and look at a field, however historic that field might be. So yesterday was a day of chilling out and recovering, which means that I haven't really done that much in Poltava. But it's been a nice 3 days, to be honest. It's a nice city. It's not a massive amount to do here, but people are friendly, and yeah, it's very nice. I've enjoyed it.